Look up at the night sky and you'll see it almost every time. The moon. It feels permanent, like it's always been there and always will be. But the truth is, the moon had a beginning, and it didn't form the way most people think. It wasn't just something that appeared next to Earth or got captured by gravity like a passing object. The real story is much more violent, and honestly, kind of unbelievable. Around 4.5 billion years ago, when the early Earth was still forming, the solar system was a chaotic place filled with debris, rocks, and growing planets constantly crashing into each other. During this time, a massive object about the size of Mars, often referred to as Theia, was orbiting the sun on a path that would eventually intersect with Earth. And at some point, it did. This wasn't a small collision. It was a direct, massive impact that released an unimaginable amount of energy. When Theia collided with Earth, it didn't just leave a crater. It basically reshaped the entire planet. Huge amounts of material from both Earth and Theia were blasted out into space, forming a massive cloud of debris orbiting around the planet. At that moment, Earth didn't have a moon yet. It just had a ring of broken pieces slowly circling it. Over time, gravity started to do what it always does. Those pieces began to pull toward each other, clumping together bit by bit. Larger chunks attracted smaller ones. And slowly, over thousands of years, that debris started forming a single object. That object eventually became the moon. This idea is known as the giant impact hypothesis, and it's the most widely accepted explanation for how the moon formed. What makes this theory so convincing is that it explains something very specific. The moon is surprisingly similar to Earth in its composition, especially in the outer layers. If the moon had formed somewhere else and was just captured by Earth's gravity, it would likely look very different. But because it formed from Earth's own material, it shares many of the same characteristics. And even though this all happened billions of years ago, the effects of that collision are still shaping our world today. The moon plays a huge role in stabilizing Earth's tilt, which helps keep our climate relatively stable over long periods of time. Without it, the planet's axis could wobble unpredictably, leading to extreme and chaotic changes in weather. The moon also controls the tides in Earth's oceans. Every day, its gravity pulls on the water, creating the rising and falling tides that have influenced life on this planet for millions of years. And here's something even stranger. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. Every year, it drifts a little bit farther out into space, by about 1.5 inches. It's not something you'd ever notice in your lifetime, but over millions of years, it adds up. That means the moon you see today is slightly farther away than it was in the past. And in the distant future, it'll be even farther. Back when it first formed, the moon would have looked much bigger in the sky, possibly several times larger than it appears now. Imagine looking up and seeing something that massive hanging overhead. It would have completely changed how the night sky looked. And yet, despite how dramatic its origin was, the moon has become such a normal part of our lives that we barely think about it. It's just there, night after night. But the reality is, it exists because of one of the most violent events in Earth's history. A collision so powerful that it created an entirely new world out of the debris. And without that one event, Earth might look completely different today. No stable seasons, different ocean behavior, and possibly even a different path for life itself. So the next time you see the moon, it's worth remembering that it's not just some random object in the sky. It's a piece of Earth's past, formed from destruction, shaped by gravity, and still slowly drifting away. And somehow, out of all that chaos, it became something that feels constant,